What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukushu. We're back with another Musume video. This video, we are gonna go back to train Duramente because last week we did train Duramente and we kind of went over the speed cards, I'd say, because I didn't think about her growth rate that time. So I want to try again with Duramente, although I want to try this time with 2 speed cards just to see if we'll be fine when it comes to speed. I believe it will be. And instead of 3 speed cards, we're gonna go run back with the power card, because with our Ferv, we've been using the three speed setup. For Duramente, I want to try with 2 speed this time, because I know for the whole time I've been training her since getting her, 2 speed has done well. Also due to the fact that she has 20% in her growth rate, so I want to see what will happen with the power, because I don't remember the last time I trained Duramente. I don't remember, but it most likely was at least since before, at least before the League of Heroes. But here we are with the setup 2 speed, which is Still in Love and Almond Eye. For the stamina card, Super Creek power card, Ayabe, Wise card, Narita Taishin, and the typical or the usual speed Symboli group card. And that is pretty much it for the setup. So with that being said, before we do jump into the comments and into the run itself, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined the circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in, and it's called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join, it'll let me know that you want to join the circle, and then after that, head over to the comment section or to the circle request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, it looks like we have 2 comments from the last video. Oh no, 2 comments from the Chrono Genesis video that didn't make it into the Orfer video, although one of them seems more unintentional than the other. So technically the first comment from yesterday's video is from Eugen, but since he technically, Eugen, you did comment firstly, technically speaking, but Rick did leave a comment in the last video saying it looks like Global will have a faster pace. Hope it goes well. I didn't even know anything about it, so we'll see what maybe there's someone who mentioned more in the comment section, so I'll look at that later. And then Nova added a comment, and this is why I say one was more unintentional than the other. It's because Nova says, I guess here's a new comment just in case Eugen steals my spot in another future video as first. Well, I don't know. I'd say technically Eugen was first, but Eugen was first technically. I just went over Rick's comment from yesterday because it didn't make it. So you decide. Did Rick leave another comment in the Orfer video? He did, so we'll go over that as well just to be sure. I guess I'll try to start training Teo today. Maybe I can get a better one in every way, unlike Mayaguri. It has been a bit difficult to train her these past few runs. Hey, it's just a few runs. You gotta keep going. If you have to. If you have to. Or want to. Nova says, for some reason I'm struggling more with leaders than betweeners. Maybe the 3-speed strat is more comfortable. Maybe. I'm not too sure. I haven't tried the 3. Have I? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I haven't really trained leaders still since Teo. I'm not sure. And then I don't do anything with the photos. I save them if they are really good art, if they are not from my favorite Umas, or if they are from Umas I like. I recently have to delete a lot of things from my phone because it had a problem where it would shut down randomly and the one has less space. At the moment, I still have some space left. I did download sus art, but then I thought that I wasn't going to do with that. Or if I wanted to see... Should I risk this? Eh, screw it, why not? Aw. It's fine. Follow sus art, but don't do any of that. Or if I wanted to see something sus, I could just see online, so I deleted them. My previous phone had the charger port damaged, so I could only charge it with a wireless charger, and I couldn't import music to my phone. But now, with the new one, I can. I will slowly add more songs to my phone, and I will start with Eurobeat. Well, you have fun with that. Yeah, I figured with pictures that they were just gonna sit there because I went through the same thing like early, like a long time ago. I was like, I'm not really doing anything with these pictures. So I just basically deleted at least like 90 to 95% of them. But other than that, thank you, Rick, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comment is going to be from Eugen. And the first one says, lunch break and I wait a bit. And my first comment. Technically. Nova says, nope, I was writing my comment. Well, he posted his, so technically, yes. Technically, yes. Then you says, well, don't know. We'll know later once it's being ready. Well, if we're talking the first comment for the Orfur video, typing or not, Eugen got it out before you did, Nova, from what it looks like. So, I'm gonna have to give it to Eugen. I see his comment first. That gives me the Orfur, that he responded to the Orfur video. And it was the first one. So I'm gonna have to give it to Eugen. Like, even though Rick's comment was technically the first one I went over. Technically, Eugen's was the new one, or the first one for the recent video, so I'm gonna have to give it to him. Anyway, I forgot to continue my comments last week, and maybe I went to work and forgot everything, so yeah, not much coming from me. Well, I got a new phone. Actually, it's a tablet phone. Tablet phone. And way too big for me. Reason I got this, if I saw someone play Zenless on this device, and I think Nova knows it. A tablet phone? I have no idea what you're talking about. Eugen also says, can you also tell me what app you use to link your tablet to PC? That it seems a good response. Well, it depends if you have a Samsung or not. Because mine is a Samsung and it requires a Samsung app. If you do have a Samsung, it is called Samsung Flow, Flow, Flow. And you basically, it should have already came with your Samsung tablet, if it's a Samsung tablet. And you basically download it on your computer, and what I did was connect through Wi-Fi. So there you go. So there you go. And then Nova says, I think I'm just going to stick to DMM on PC for Uma. Well, DMM doesn't work for me, so that's fine. Well, it does, and it doesn't. For some odd reason, DMM requires... Well, at least this DMM. DMM has always required me to use a VPN, so I just stuck to my tablet. Or my phone. Because that's what I did in PASS. Is there anything else from Eugen? Nope, that is it. So thank you, Eugen, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comment is going to be from Nova this time. And the first one from this video. First one from this video, at least. I guess I'm not into Meta Umas either, but I just so happen to train Meta Umas sometimes like Shushu. I guess I can't help it if I like Donna. Agree just for collection at this point. If you say so. Which is technically true because, like I said before, I never really did like Akuri, so it's just kind of weird. Eugen says, I'm training Kronos not because she is somehow meta, it's just to remember the pain during the time I invite Nova for my pool. Damn. Then Nova says, it's the pain of you saying it's my fault for everything that's what drove me to take such a drastic action. Sad. I did say it is... I did say a while ago that I don't know why he just keeps blaming Nova, even Nova hasn't done anything. At the end of the day, it'll just get annoying, if I'm going to be honest. If I'm going to be honest. In the beginning, it was funny, but then just seeing you blame Nova for everything, Eugen, is just getting old, to be quite honest. Like I said, this one's fine. But when it comes to blaming Nova for, like, your Zenless and other stuff, it'll get old. It'll get old eventually, which it kind of is. Because we know at the end of the day, it's not Nova's fault. It's not most of it, if not all of it. It's not Nova's fault. At the end of the day, it's all you. At the end of the day, it's all you, and you can cope as much as you want and just blame Nova. But I'm not even blaming Nova when you say I'm gonna blame Nova. I just read what you write, but I know deep down inside, it's not Nova's fault. The next one says, well, I call this the Flat Wars. Then again, like I said, Nova. Like I said with Eugen. Like I said with Eugen. I don't blame Eugen. Wait, I don't blame Nova. I don't blame you, Nova, for when Eugen blames you. But I don't like how you keep getting the two mixed up between petite and flat. That's in the, so I'm not going to be on both your sides for any of this. So either y'all need to get along more in these comment sections before I don't pick any of y'all sides. Because I ain't picking sides anymore. One's blaming the other too much, and one is keep insisting flat is the same as petite. This whole time. This whole time. So until both y'all get along, I ain't gonna pick any both your sides. Where is it? Why did the comment? Even the comment section got tired of your BS. Both y'all. I found it. Eugen says, I don't want to argue anymore regarding keep insisting the flats or me liking girls that flat to your eyes. Maybe if you stop blaming Nova for everything. Maybe if you stop blaming Nova for everything, even though it's your control, not his. Well, it's your preference, and like I always say, it's the shape that counts, and most the bigs I see are not good shape. The shape thing is a little different, but we all got our own preferences. And Nova says, to be honest, I'm just fooling around. I do think that you can be petite and be huge. I don't know if I believe Nova because I've said that and he kept going on with it. I've literally said that at least once or twice the past few videos, and then also before in the past, and yet Nova still went along with it. So I don't know if I believe you, Nova, because I've been saying it this whole time. Rick responded saying, I think you are thinking of short stack, and I don't think what you mean by petite and huge is accurate. For example, Uzuki-chan would be short stack and also would be Inari 1, I guess. Ilulu from Kobayashi made Dragon. I mean, isn't that technically... I mean, different terms, but it technically means the same thing? Doesn't it technically mean the same thing? If you think about it. If you want to go into the nitty-gritty details, then sure. But technically he's not wrong. It's just the way Nova describes things. Nova says, but there is one Uma that fits all of my preferences if it does come to short stack, and that is Marvelous. Marvelous Sunday for those who are wondering. I think I'm a sucker for Twin Tails too. And then Rick says, I think there is an Uma with Twin Tails. I think it was something like Turbo or something, or Twin. But I guess she doesn't have the big you are looking for. I guess you don't like her. He did say it fits all of his preferences, so... You answered your own question there, no, Rick. You answered your own question there, Rick. Nova says, I'm building Kathy, depends on what I get on the Echoes, but I probably won't build Arrow Rover. I have the Umbrella Girl, but yeah, she's not gonna be priority. Umbrella Girl. Cantarella? Well, technically Arrow Rover, running Arrow Rover and Chacona, the same team as Artithea, gives her the most benefit through Arrow Erosion. Plus, I'm not using Spectro Rover on anyone, so I might as well build Arrow Rover for the specific team. It is her best team, so I don't see a reason for me not to build it. Besides, the Echo is giving me a hard time this time around, so I don't see why not. If the Annie is indeed still in love, then I'm not sure if I want to pull. Just don't have motivation for her? Well, still more motivation than no reason. But what if she's a betweener? I'm not sure because her skill gave betweener and chaser, so I'm not sure if she's a betweener or a chaser. Maybe both. Maybe both, but what if she's a betweener? Seems like you like betweeners. Rick says, no reason seems cool, but I guess I like more Still in Love just because the Musume party game. Musume party game. Very different reason, but it's different than the typical reason. Nova says, I don't know why, but I have an aversion to pixel art. Maybe this is why I stayed away from Tribe 9, even though I know the creators were also from Danganronpa. Good thing that game EOS so that I'm not conflicted about playing it or not, though. I don't find myself conflicted when it comes to pixel art only because I grew up with pixel art. So I didn't really have an issue with it. Especially the OG pixel games, but like the Tomodachi's. So yeah, never really had an issue or an aversion to pixel art. So, I don't know. Man, there are still games out there, non-gacha, to be more specific. That gives me hope. I do like gacha because you can try them for free without the $80 and DLC's paywall. True. True. With that said, I do want to try Expedition 33 and Stellar Sword. I do too. Those two games I do want to play. Stellar Sword I did want to play a long time ago when it was just a PS5 exclusive, right? And then Expedition, that was more the recent. So we'll see if I do actually play Expedition, but I'm not too sure yet. Anoki says, sail the high seas, then buy later to support creator. That is true. That is true. But with Nova, do you really think he'll do that? If he really wants to play the game. If you really do want to play the game, I normally do buy it early on. Normally. But it depends. Depends. $80. So I have to get used to the fact that games are gonna be like $80+. So yeah. I'm expecting to see a lot of Chronos in the future CM. That is true. It is what it is. I'm still gonna try to get a good Donna out. I haven't trained Donna actually, have I? For this scenario, I mean for this CM, I'm not too sure. Maybe once at the very least, but I don't think I did. For some reason, I'm struggling with her. I think it's just that her race schedule is all over the place, and the scenario is the one where time to train is lacking towards the end of the run. I wouldn't say it's all over the place. Her schedule is just pretty much the typical triple crown schedule, where they'll run at least like one G1 or some kind of race before, one or two races before the Satsuki show, then they'll run the Triple Crown races, and then either the Fall to No show, no, not the Fall to No show, they do the Triple Crown, the Japan Cup or the Arima Kinen in the second year, along with the Triple Crown. Then in the third year, Osaka High or Spring to No show if they want to. If they want to. If they choose to, I guess. Or if they have race in the Spring to No show. And then yes or no for the Takarazuka Kinen. It's everyone, a lot of the Triple Crown horses have basically the same schedule, is what I'm trying to say. And they'll always end doing either or both or all three of the Fall to No show, Japan Cup, and the Arima Kinen. They'll always end that way. Either two or three of them. So it's not necessarily all over the place. Her schedule is basically has just been copy and pasted on multiple Umas. But yes, their schedules normally lack towards the end of the run, which is unfortunate. That I can agree on. And then lastly from Nova, the new global notes for UMA seems interesting. They are going to accelerate the timeline and potentially introduce auto feature much earlier. Honestly, it's should have been expected that they were gonna accelerate the timeline only because it's nearly, or basically, 4.5. It's nearly, but it's basically 4.5 years behind. Even though it's gonna be like 2 months before that 4.5, but I'm just give it 4.5 because they took forever. I think that would be a good start for global, but it's just for free to players. I don't know if CG will compensate them. If you want me to honestly speak about it, like my personal thoughts, I don't think they'll compensate them. Maybe they'll give a little bit more rewards or something like that on the side. No, I don't think they'll compensate global just because they released the game 4.5 years later. Do you think side games would do that? I honestly don't think so. Compensate them just because they're gonna release the game later? Maybe they'll at least give them a good start, but that's it. At the very least, there will need to be a lot of events that reward rocks. Yeah, probably even events that, or more of a consistent release of events that we had compared to JP. They'll probably have one event and another event pretty soon, but the only way I see them getting some sort of compensation is if they do, like you said, get multiple events that gives them rocks, or they somehow get more on the side somehow. However, for some events, there will be a need for them to be at endgame level. If we're talking about like the Masters Challenge and all that, yeah, that is true. That is true. It could have been far worse if they started like JP did back then. So I'm just being cautious because the global shaft for gacha games is always a thing. Yes, yes it is. For my global plan, it's just my experimentation with factors and parents. It's simple, really, and I don't expect me to pull much or at all. I'm gonna see how the free to play life is. Well, technically, you felt that. Technically, but no, I'm pretty much gonna be similar. Probably one video a week. Yeah, one video a week, and one run a day for sure. One run a day, and I'll do a poll here and there. I don't know, but if I don't know if the one video a week is a thing. Probably we'll do one video a week, and whenever there's an update to the banner and stuff, but CMs and all that. Other than that, I'm just gonna focus on JP more than global. Just letting y'all know here. Just letting y'all know here. Well, other than that, that is pretty much it for all the comments from Nova. I think we are down to the last comment from Nogi. We are. So, well, my account is actually pretty balanced overall. That's good. From 3-leader aces, I've actually had 2 runner aces. Pedro Palmer in December 2024 CM and Capano Ricky in May 2025 League of Heroes. Actually, I forgot you had Pedro Palmer, and I did forget that you had Capano Ricky for Dirt. So yeah, I actually did forget your runners. As for the aces, for the leaders, well, besides what you mentioned with Sakura Bakushino, because of the 2 short distance ones, I would believe Gentle Donna was at least a 3rd one, right? Or a medium distance, at least. But other than that, thank you, Tanoki, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. And also thank you, Rick, Nova, and Nugent for all the comments. Just like Tanoki, appreciate it as well. But with that being said, I did train a UC2 Orpher. I believe it was a UC2. So I think I'll chill for the Orpher runs for a bit as I now have time. Possibly put more runs towards someone else off camera. I'll try Kita still, but I do have one with Orpher now, so I don't know. Maybe Kita, maybe Duramente if things go better. Or maybe Cap, I don't know yet. I'm just... A UC2 is alright for me. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I don't think I mentioned this since it came out that Star Rail, and I don't normally mention Star Rail unless I mention it at least, or if Nova would randomly mention Star Rail, I guess. But the current banner, which was released I think last week, I have chosen, even though I kind of like the character and all that, I have chosen to skip because Hoyo has put a lot of us, especially free-to-play players, in a situation where this banner and the next banner is basically either you choose to pull these two characters or mainly the next character, or while the next banner is released, the collab with Fate. You gotta pick between them. So I personally chose the Fate collab for Star Rail, and I've decided to mainly not pull on these next two banners, even though it's gonna hurt that I'm not pulling, especially on the next banner. I've decided to just stick with the collab characters. It's sad, but it is what it is. I mean, at least they'll get reruns. Plus, on top of that, the pity for Star Rail collab banner is going to be different. So I'm going to need as many pulls as I need. And then for Kuro, I don't know when their collab is with Cyberpunk, right? So there's that, but I don't know, it depends what they do with the collab. But I am just waiting for the Fate collab and Star Rail, which is pretty much going to be the same week as the new scenario for Uma. And yeah. Also, I will be going to Anime Expo on the first day only. You guys are going to Anime Expo. If y'all see me, then don't be afraid to say what's up. If you guys will be there. Just for those who are going. For the most part, you'll probably see me just check out the Side Games booth, obviously. But I'll mostly just be walking around for the most part, checking out the whole thing. And why I'm not going all 4 days is because besides like panels and all that, there really isn't a difference. So after the first time I went to Anime Expo for 4 days, I kind of just decided to go for 1 day later on, because like I said, it's pretty much a lot of the same thing. On the next day, just for me, just basically pick the day where you feel like you're gonna explore more towards like the panels and all that. I just realized that the date thing I also kind of used late, but it is what it is. Then, is there anything else? I'm just gonna grab this. But we are almost done with the run, but we still have like 2 more dates left. I think 2 more dates, if not 3. Which is bad, because I think I'll get that one date now. Because I think Duramente does have... She doesn't do the Audimakinen, so I'll be able to squeeze it in at least. At the very least. Don't... Yeah, the Orfurv, Orfurv, parent doesn't count. Oh, we didn't get the Still in Love speed card also. Ooh, hopefully we can possibly sneak that in. We do have the Japan Cup left. Oh, Almond didn't even... Oh my gosh. Hours. I'll just do this. Oh no. I'm just hoping to get somehow them to Event Chain 3. Although that just shows that I wasn't really clicking on speed too much, I think. Same. Well, we're gonna have to rest at least one of the next 2 days or 3 days. I think 2 days. At least we got Still in Love there. Can we also get Almond Eye? Okay, I needed better speed training RNG. But I believe 2 speed, yeah, it does work perfectly fine. I need to get more on speed for RNG. Honestly, probably also had a lot to do with, you know, me messing up the dates. But it's fine. It's fine. So that means off camera, if I do decide to train Duramente, it shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be. Matter of fact, I'll probably try training Duramente off camera more. Especially after getting her run out of the way this week. Also, it's been a while since I mentioned this, but probably only Nova, from what I remember, was the... Well, this was just about TCGs, but I believe last week, I don't know why I just ended it, but last week, they recently released... I don't play it, I'm not into it or anything, but I'm into Final Fantasy. And there's a Final Fantasy collab with Magic, and I was like, damn. Dang. But little did I know, because I never really was into MTG. Little did I know is that they had different like booster packs, like the collector packs and all that. Didn't know that. And 2, didn't realize how expensive Magic gets. I gotta say, especially because there was like, they have like different game modes, I think, like the commander mode or whatever. I don't know anything about Magic. Besides like the first time I tried playing Magic, and that was a long time ago. But yeah, I just, as much as I like Final Fantasy, I don't know. I think I'd probably just get into the Final Fantasy TCG instead. than pay this, than pay that much amount of money for magic cards. I don't know. Although I do like Final Fantasy a lot, but I don't think I see myself going into Magic just for that. But now that we've picking out all the stats or skills, my bad. Let's just, yeah, I could have done better speed and a little bit more stamina, but that's fine. I'll just try to do that on the off-camera runs. Just want to see what we got. The UD medium? UD medium. I'm in like midway through UD, but pretty close. Pretty close. Could do a little bit better. Obviously with the speed, it could have been better, but it's fine. As long, I mean, 2-speed definitely can do it. It's just a matter of getting better RNG for, and my choices obviously, but ended off with 1697 speed, 1308 stamina, 1267 power, 1231 guts, and 1219 on wise, with an S aptitude on medium distance. But yeah, pretty much the setup seems fine, even with Super Creep being able to get guts at 1200 somehow and all that. So with no guts card, just we're good there. But I'm fairly confident I can train a better one. So with that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys did make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing as the DM is getting closer. I haven't tried leaders since Teo, so is it surprising to see like Nova and Rick struggling with not chasers, our leaders? I don't know. Maybe I'll give myself a shot on training leaders for a bit instead of a chaser or runner, but we'll see what happens. But if there's anything else you guys do want to talk about, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. There's a channel called Circle Quest, or if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description. There's a channel called Circle Quest. For those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or to the circle request channel. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.